Hi, welcome back. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's such a mess in here. I'm in the middle of about 100 projects. Today what I thought I'd do is put the lock into the door for the A-frame. The little mini door for the mini A-frame that has the glass in it. The only thing it's missing is a locking mechanism. It's a little strange because I'm going to put it really low, like 16 inches off the ground. Because if you're going to reach for the doorknob down here, you're naturally bending down, so I think less likely to bang your head going through the doorway because it's a very low doorway. With no door in there, I have bumped my head on the door frame multiple times coming in and out of the thing. So hopefully having a low door knob, which will be very unconventional, will be a good thing. So I've never installed a lock on a door before. I've replaced a lot of locks, so I'm familiar with how the mechanisms and stuff work. But I bought this Irwin door jig, which comes with the 1.5 inch, I think it is, 2 1/8, and the lock mechanism, these two drill templates, and I bought a cheap, simple, nice small doorknob because I want everything to be small because the A-frame is so tiny. So that should be fine. Like I say, I've never done this before, so I'm sort of winging it. I'm not going to explain too much ahead of time because I'm going to be basically making it up as I go. So I will try and shoot it in a way that makes it make sense. I could try doing this without reading the instructions, but alright. So we're going to go with 2 3/8, not 2 3/4. Hopefully this, yeah, that works for that size. Okay, so the Irwin jig instructions say to screw the thing to the door, but they don't include any screws. I'll drill a little pilot hole. Okay, so that is nice and firm. Okay, so it says to drill the face hole halfway through the door on each side and then turn it over. So the jig isn't quite tall enough to guide the actual drill bit. It'll probably be okay. Solid wood door. Looks about halfway. The hole had already drilled all the way through, so I can line it up on this side too. Next step is to drill the side hole. Not very sharp. remove the jig. Oh, this is fun. The Irwin jig comes with a little router bit and a little router jig to cut the countersink, which is great. And you can do it with a regular drill. So these little pegs line up with the holes you just drilled with the screws, I guess. Yep. And then you're supposed to, yeah. They want me to put screws in there, but I feel like this is just going to do so much damage to the door. I'm going to try doing it without it. So here's this little router bit. I'm guessing the next step is to chisel it out. I mean, I'm not mad at that. It's not perfect. If I'd broken out a real router and done it with a real jig, I'm sure it would have been better, but I'm not mad at that at all. That is pretty snug. I mean, like I say, I've never done this before, but I have swapped out a bunch of locks before and worked on a few locks before, and this is easily as good as a professional one, or at least ones that I didn't know who installed them, so I assume a professional did it. Great. That was amazingly quick. I'm super impressed with this little jig. Having never done that before, made a little bit of a mess, but that was pretty easy. I'll put up on screen how long it took me to do it. I'll have to check the timestamp. But yeah, this little router jig was the best little ingenious addition I wasn't expecting. That is probably the best installed lock I've seen. I mean, I guess I'm used to seeing locks that have been adjusted and manhandled and changed out, and you know, old doors that have just tons of screw holes in them, and they're always kind of a bit janky. This looks really nice. It's like a brand new one. Yeah, that's great. I'm really happy with that. Now I've got to go put this in the A-frame. That was easy. I really did not expect that to just go into place. Alright, cool. So now I've got to put the lock mechanism on here. This door jamb isn't quite vertical, but it's a cabin. It's an A-frame. There's no straight lines on it anyway. that works. That's great. That's awesome. Feel free to subscribe, by the way. Now I've got to put some trim around it at the bottom, on the inside. I've never installed a door from scratch before. Installing the lock was the first for me, but that little jig really helped. I'm really kind of excited that it closes nicely and locks properly. Yeah, that was a mean feat. So thanks very much for watching.